Test. What's up? Hello guys, it's Francis and Dad again. Welcome to my channel and the program. I am still suffering lots of headaches, possibly due to the recent sniffle I caught up with. Nevertheless, I'd like to make a video about how we should ask help from other people, and how we can maintain the long distance relationship with your friends, with your acquaintances, with your business partners in overseas. So yeah, I believe I myself have an ample amount of experiences maintaining long distance relationships as well as business partnerships. As you guys may have already well known, I uploaded many, not far many, but several interview vids I have done with my business partner in Sydney, Australia. We talk about, we addressed lots of topics, including but are not limited to, social issues in Australia, ethics, philosophy, politics, educational reforms, etc. Though he's, I'm not. I actually haven't sent him. I actually stopped sending him requests to get granted for more interviews. So I decided to give him some breaks. All things considered, he still has much to attend to. He Unlike me, he has got himself a girlfriend, a Japanese girlfriend, and he's got lots of things. In short, he's got lots of things to attend to simultaneously. He's not very good, or at least I so believe he doesn't seem quite good at multitasking. So I figured I shouldn't disturb him that frequently. Perhaps you can also see that as a reward, or the fruit it managed to bear after I made my attempts to contact him for some small help, small favors, such as getting granted an interview or getting granted a certain amount of time frame to conduct that interview. So back to our primary focus and question. So how should we make our very first contact with people we don't actually know very well, or with people whom we don't know at all, whom we haven't seen one another face to face before. Once we get a chance to master such a skill, I believe we can make a lot more sales, a lot more successful sales by doing that. And what else? I still have no idea on how exactly telephone marketing works for people we don't know very well of. you know, at least I started with trying to sell some sort of products or services to some of my acquaintances on Facebook. It didn't work so well. I have to admit that it didn't work so well, and I eventually gave it up. I like to, you know, I like to put several social experiments online into practice before I actually reattempt such method of making sales. Yeah. So yeah. Help. How do we seek help from other people? You know, I suppose it's basically, you know, some people, they just seem and sound too impervious to those methods I mentioned before. You know, such as people, you know, let's say, who might hold some grudges against you, who might, you know, despite the fact they might have some, you know, some co-working experience with you during, you know, during times of group projects, group assignments at universities, at colleges. Well, in fact, I try to make some contacts with that. How should I put it? A teammate, a former teammate or a former classmate of mine at uni. I try to ask him, you know, how he is doing, and I asked for permission if I could, you know, ring him sometime on Facebook, sometime on Facebook for voice call, you know, to talk about his work, or talk about his current life, or to talk about his current status, you know, as a friend. Yet he refused. You know, he simply refused to talk about work after he got, you know, he returned home from work. So, you know, well, I suppose he just sensed something unnatural, something uncanny. Though I do believe he's a rather, let's say, a docile person. Not so, at least he doesn't seem to hold strong hostility against me, though he often accused me of not having contributed a significant amount of work done to the team, to the group project. So yeah, perhaps he still hates me. Yeah, but I figure that doesn't matter that much if I can find somebody else to exchange our thoughts about our current workplace. Other than perhaps, yeah, my plans are as the following. I will also I will continue to track Aussie workers at co-working spaces such as Hub Australia, such as Tank Scene Lab, and you know, Fish Burners, if you guys have heard of that. Yeah. Well, based on my previous observations, based on my previous face-to-face contacts, face-to-face communications, and experiments with them. I don't think they, or at least I don't think fish burners have managed to make some serious progress, in terms of the annual financial turnover, in terms of the amount of profit they managed to make. Though they do claim themselves to be a non-profit organization, but who knows for certain? Who knows for certain if they, whether they created that entity just for fun, just to serve others as volunteers, or what else? I just have some stupid, silly assumptions. Perhaps it relates to how they run, how they operate the entity behind the scenes. I still try not to think too much. I still try very hard not to drag myself into the analysis paralysis shit. Yeah. What else? Yeah. Speaking of providing help to my friends, unconditionally, I do have to say that I have been doing that for since babyhood, since I was a baby. Since I was a baby, I always try to help people as much as possible. I don't like, or at least I think I don't tend to say no to people. Though whenever it comes to things that concerns about critical or core values, core principles, or anything that may clash or may conflict with my core values and core principles of doing things, dealing with people, there's a very high likelihood that I may say no to them. So that's the number one exception. Principles of being helpful, being thoughtful, being, the number one exception for my own values of humanitarianism, helping, which is pretty much all about helping people, helping friends, acquaintances, even acquaintances, even offering help to acquaintances that, whom I don't know very well. Yeah. What else? So anyway, guys, feel free to tell me what you think. Feel free to let me know how you think we should help our friends, our acquaintances, our co-workers whenever necessary, whenever in need. Please make your comments below this video clip in case I overlooked anything critically, terribly important. So I shall see you on the next video on YouTube. Stay tuned, stay faithful, and stay blessed. Cheers.